You know, when you hear the bell, whether it is a big bell or small bell, you may like to listen to the bell deeply. It is possible to listen to the bell deeply in order for the sound of the bell penetrate into every cell of our body. We don't just listen with our ears. We listen with our mind, but we also listen with all the cells in our body. There are trillions of cells in our body. And while we listen to the bell, we can invite all the cells in our body to listen with us. That's called deep listening. Even with the sound of the small bell. You can practice listening deeply. You can create noble silence in yourself. And you can profit from the noble silence created by the whole community, so that every cell in our body can receive, penetrated by the peace, the joy of the noble silence. And many children in Plum Village have learned how to invite the bell. When you are the one inviting the bell, your title is Bell Master. The Bell Master bow to the bell. Breathing in, breathing out, bow to the bell. Because the bell is a kind of friend that helps us to concentrate, to go home to ourselves, to be ourselves again, not distracted, to be able to create peace and joy within ourselves. So we bow to the bell as a friend, as a Dharma friend. And you may like to put the small bell on the palm of your hand. And you hold up the bell on the level of your eyes and look at it and smile. Imagine a lotus flower with a jewel inside the lotus flower, or a sunflower. And you practice breathing in and out 2 times in order to bring peace into yourself. Because you want to be really a bell master. And a bell master should have enough peace and solidity within herself, within himself. And in order to do that, you need to breathe in and out a few times to restore yourself completely. And in my tradition, we have, in the tradition of Plum Village, there is a poem, a short poem for us to recite during the time we breathe in and breathe out. When you breathe in, you say something like body, speech, and mind in perfect oneness. So your mind is concentrated on that line, body, speech, mind in perfect oneness. You are concentrated. And when you breathe out, you say, I send my heart along with the sound of this bell. I send my heart along with the sound of this bell. And then you breathe in it again, and you say silently, may those who listen to me awaken from their forgetfulness. Because people are usually forgetful. They are not really there. Their mind is caught in their worries, their fear, their anger, in their regret, in their fear. And that is why they are not mindful of their being there. So that state of being is called forgetfulness. You are there, but you are not there. You are caught in your worries, your fear, your anger. You are caught in the past, in the future. You are not there in the present moment in order to live deeply your life. And that is forgetfulness. And the opposite of forgetfulness is mindfulness. Mindfulness is that you are truly there, mind and body together. And when you breathe in and out mindfully, you bring your mind back to your body and you are there. So the third line is, may those who listen to me awaken from their forgetfulness and to become mindful. And when you breathe out again, you say, and they will transcend the path of anxiety and sorrow. And when I was ordained as a novice monk, I learned that poem in classical Chinese. But as I grew up, I tried to translate it into Vietnamese. And now you have the English translation. I like to repeat it to you. It's a beautiful poem. 4 lines for 2 in-breath and 2 out-breath. Body, speech, and mind in perfect oneness. I send my heart along with the sound of this bell. May those of you who listen to me awaken from forgetfulness and transcend the path of anxiety and sorrow. You may like to memorize that poem called Gata in order to practice as a bell master. The monastic will help you to write it down, this beautiful poem. And now, after having breathing in and out and bring mindfulness into yourself, you are qualified as a bell master. And you can begin to invite the bell to sound. You don't say striking the bell or hitting the bell. You say invite the bell to sound. And the first thing you do is to wake up the bell. And you produce a half sound in order the bell to know that they are invited. The bell to know that she is invited to produce sound. It's like this. Half sound. And at the same time, you warn the people around you that a real, complete sound is going to be produced. So that everyone has the time to prepare themselves for the reception of the sound. Because the sound of the bell is like the voice of the Buddha from within, calling us home to ourselves, so that we can be truly alive again. So the sound of the bell does not come really from the outside. It comes from inside. It comes from the Buddha within, calling us to come back to the here and the now, to be fully alive, fully present in the here and the now. And as a bell master, you have enough compassion. That is why you allow people enough time to prepare themselves. After having produced the half sound, you offer people enough time for one in-breath and for one out-breath. And during that time, they stop thinking, stop talking, and prepare themselves in order to receive the full sound of the bell. And one in-breath and one out-breath is enough for us to prepare ourselves to receive the full sound of the bell. So, in order for you to remember, I would draw something. First of all, you practice breathing in with the first line of the poem, body, speech, and mind in perfect oneness. And then you breathe out and you read the second line, I send my heart along with the sound of this bell. And then you breathe in again. May those of you who listen to me awaken from your forgetfulness. And we breathe in again and transcend the path of anxiety and sorrow. So these two in-breath and two out-breath are to prepare yourself before you invite the bell to sound. And this is the half sound that you produce. And after half sound, you are kind enough to allow people enough time to prepare themselves for the reception of the full sound. And therefore, people have a chance, and you, the bell master, also have a chance to breathe in and out again one more time. And during that time, we stop talking. Not only the talking outside, but the talking inside. The talking inside is the thinking, the mental discourse that goes on and on and on inside. So real silence should be the cessation of the talking, not only with the mouth, but also with the mind. Mental discourse. And you can do that very easily, because if you concentrate on your in-breath and out-breath, suddenly you stop thinking. And you enjoy breathing in, you enjoy breathing out, because breathing in can be very enjoyable. More enjoyable than talking. Now everyone is calm. Everyone is ready, because they have had about 8 or 10 seconds to prepare themselves. And it's time for you, the bell master, to invite the first full sound. This is the half sound. When we hear the full sound, everyone, including the bell master, have the chance to enjoy 3 in-breath and 3 out-breath. And this is the full sound. And after the full sound, everyone enjoy breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And there is a 2-line poem that you might like to use while practicing breathing in, breathing out. When you breathe in, you say, I listen, I listen. It means you invite all the cells in your body to come and listen with you. You want to really listen to the bell. You want the sound of the bell to penetrate into every cell of your body. Deep listening. I listen. I listen. This wonderful sound brings me back to my true home. When you breathe out, you say it like that. Your true home is in the here and the now, with all the wonders of life available. So you may enjoy your in-breath and your out-breath with the recitation of the 2-line poem. I listen, very pleasant. This wonderful sound brings me back to my true home. My true home is not in the past. My true home is not in the future. My true home is the here and the now. Life is available only in the here and the now. And that is my true home. And for those of us who are used to the practice, breathing in and breathing out 3 times like that can bring a lot of peace and joy into our body and into our mind. And the children can do it quite well. And after that, the bell master invites the second full sound. And then everyone has a chance to practice breathing in, breathing out 3 times again. I listen. I listen. This wonderful sound brings me back to my true home. And then now the bell master will invite the third sound, full sound, for everyone to enjoy. Again, 3 in breath and 3 out breath. Usually we offer 3 sounds, 3 full sounds. And every time we offer 3 sounds of the bell, we have the chance to enjoy 9 times breathing in and breathing out. And peace penetrates into the body, into every cell of the body, and peace penetrates into our feelings. Very nourishing, very healing. And during that time, we generate the energy of peace, of joy. And together, we create a collective energy of peace and joy called noble silence that everyone can profit. And the baby who was fed by the milk of her mother enjoy also the noble silence. And when the baby grow up into a little boy or a little girl or a teenager, she knows that this kind of food, joy, peace, noble silence, can be generated only by the practice. You cannot buy noble silence in the supermarket. They don't sell it. By kilograms, you have to generate, to produce it with your practice.